One of my best trips was trekking from Gangotri to Gomukh in Uttarakhand in the summers of 2007. And most of these photos used in this episode are clicked by me. On landing Delhi airport, we hired a car to Haridwar. The stopover for lunch at the Cheetal Grand Dhaba was worth every bit of it. The place serves some awesome food. By evening, we reached Haridwar and checked into a hotel by the riverside. Haridwar has its own charm. The spiritual city is also known as the Gateway of Gods. The place is rooted in the belief that Ganga flows at its purest form here at Har Ki Pauri Ghat. In the evening, we performed Aarti at the Ghat, where hundreds of pilgrims float leaf bowls with flowers and lit candles down the river along with the sounds of the bhajan. Every 11 years, Haridwar hosts the Maha Kumbh Mela, where thousands of pilgrims and people are attracted from all over the world. The next day, it took us about 9 hours to reach Rishikund. In ancient times, since there was no mode of transport, people used to walk huge distances to seek spirituality. Kunds or hot springs were curated for them to take a dip in it to remove all their body pains and aches, as well as to clean their aura before they headed towards the Gangotri temple. I too took a dip in it, only to realize that the temperature was 70 degrees. It was like jumping into boiling water, but it was the best massage that I have ever received. At night, we checked into a small dharamshala in Gangotri called the Purohit Seva Sadan. Gangotri is a small hamlet surrounded by the Himalayas at an elevation of 10,000 feet. It is believed that here goddess Ganga made her descent from heaven. It is also here that Raja Bhagirath worshipped Shiva at the sacred stone, the Bhagirath Shila, which is presently the Gangotri temple. What I was amazed to see in Gangotri were the snake charmers. The trek started by buying the tickets to Gangotri National Park and hiring a pair of sticks and one guide. It's an 18 kilometers moderate trek from Gangotri to Gomukh, which can be comfortably covered in about 7 hours. After walking about 9 kilometers over boulders and stones, we reached our first halt, the Chirbhasha, the abode of pine trees with the lofty Himalayas in the background. Nothing is more majestic than the Trans-Himalayas. Further 5 kilometers down the trail, crossing rockfall zones and glaciers, we reached our night halt place, the Bhuj Basha. Bhuj Basha was in sub-zero temperatures and the oxygen levels were low and we were freezing. There are two kinds of accommodation in Bhuj Basha. One, the Lal Baba's ashram, which has stone slabs inside tents, and the ashram people provided trekkers with just blankets. The other option was Gharwal Mandal Vikas Nigam, the GMVN state-owned guest house, which provided dormitories with proper beds and warm quilts. It even had a decent eatery with an elaborate menu. All these pictures which you see are real. Most of us trekkers could not sleep that night with our heads flat on the pillow as oxygen levels were very less at 12,000 feet. We had to put our head on something high in order to breathe. In the morning, the water containers in the washroom had a thin layer of ice on it. We had to break the crust in order to take water from it. After a quick breakfast, we headed towards the source of River Ganga, the Gomukh Glacier. There was no roads as such in this trail, just boulders and stones which we had to cross. About 500 meters before the Gomukh Glacier lies the majestic Shivling peak on the right hand side, and on the left there was a stone surrounded small shrine of Lord Shiva. I was immediately drawn towards it. I just closed my eyes and some beautiful energy just flowed through my spine. The small temple had some great energies around it. I sat there for a very long time. There was a major physical change I could feel inside my system. I may not be able to explain it to you in words. Later, we walked through the last leg towards the Gomukh Glacier. It was like 120-storied building standing all together. A grand, huge structure. And a very shallow stream was flowing through the mouth of this glacier. But dare not step into the water. It has very high currents. Even with low oxygen levels and cold temperatures, the entire place and its energies was just unique. I wanted to trek over the glacier and camp one night in Tapovan. But time wouldn't allow us as we had our return tickets booked. On our way back, we stopped over a small hill station called Chaurangi, where I cooked dinner for everyone. And the following day, we rafted from Shivpuri to Lachman Jhula in Rishikesh. On landing home, I was immediately hospitalized with a chronic ailment. I was in ICU for 28 days and the doctors had given up hope on me. They gave me 48 hours to survive. But somehow, I bypassed death that day. I truly believe that the powers of that small shrine had saved my life. Else, I wouldn't be telling you this story today. If you ever intend to trek from Gangotri to Gomukh, you will pass by a shrine which lies on the left of the Shivling peak. Do visit it and feel its divine energies. If you like this experience of mine, please do like, share and subscribe. See you with another story very soon.